Alrighty, hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day out there today. Bitcoin is up, Ethereum is down, BNB is down, XRP is up, Solana is up. It's kind of a wishy-washy day, but there's lots of news to talk about today, which I think is going to be very important for all of us. So this stream is going to last between an hour to an hour and a half. I don't know if I even want to watch the Mariners game today, so I may just watch the Seahawks game instead. The Mariners disappointing me left and right, but they've come very far, so I am proud of them. I'll just wait to see what the score is after the game, and if we win, I'll rewatch the game later on tonight. But happy to see you, Villarat Wilder. Thank you, Dimitro. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, for becoming an early adopter. I appreciate you a lot. So right now we're going to go over what's happening with the overall market, fear versus greed, look at the altcoin market, see what's happening there a little bit more specifically, go over some news that happened today, which is really good. Then we're going to be diving into some technical analysis. Before all of that, I want to give you guys a few little updates about the channel. I'm working my way up to having members videos every day. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that, but I'm thinking it's going to be possible by sometime in November. Sundays are going to be your weekly, updates about what's happening, what to keep a lookout for. They're usually going to be out Sundays. I put one out today. Sorry if you guys remember, I didn't have power yesterday when I was trying to make it. My power went out. Funny enough, I left the cigar lounge because the power went out like 4 freaking times. Came back here, tried to make a video. My power died when I was doing it. So I had no way of kind of finishing it up because I needed the internet to work and actually have a massive battery pack, so my computer never really dies, but my internet dies. Wednesday's coming up for you guys. It's going to be like an altcoin watch video. I'm not entirely sure how I want to articulate that, but if there's a altcoin that's below or close to moving averages like the 20, 50, 200 on the weekly or the daily, I'm going to actually tell you guys and do a little bit of technical analysis on about like 5 to 15 of them, depending on how many there are. Expect them to last anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, and you guys are going to get those every Wednesday here, which are going to be good. And if you guys want to see any more types of videos on top of those, let me know, because I'm still looking for things to post about that I think can do well, as far as, some cool stuff going on, okay? So I don't actually have anything for Loki today. It's in the garage or upstairs, both the bags I got. He's very expecting something, so I'm going to give him a quick little scratch. Loki, come here. He's getting his toy, so he doesn't want to bite when he's playing with me. Loki, come here. Here, there you go. You want the toy? Good boy. Good boy. Yes, sure, good boy. Oh, good boy. There you go. So that's his treat for just now. All right. So happy to see you, Ronan, Wilder again, Villarat, and Dimitri. Thank you again for I can't pronounce the name, so help me pronounce the name and I'll say it correctly from now on. But I appreciate all of you guys hopping in here today. So do get ready for those videos coming out if you guys are members. Now let's kind of just dive in here a little bit. There's been some interesting things going on. Of course, keep on hearing a noise back there, but I'm not entirely sure if that's a bird hitting my wall or something. Whatever. You kind of see not a clean green picture, but a little bit of everything here. We see Bitcoin is up a little bit today, while Ethereum is down, BNB is down. You see XRP, Solana, Tron, XLM, ADA up a little bit. Excuse me. And we see Dogecoin is up because they had some good news today as well. So kind of a wonky day. I think everything is just trying to find its support. This weekend was all about, like we talked about Friday here, how is Bitcoin going to do? Are we heading off a cliff here in the next few weeks, or are we going to try to bounce, consolidate, and move higher with the rest of the market? And I think that's where we've seen some positivity for us. The stock market is doing great. Apple actually closed at all-time highs today after doing nothing for a very long time. So the stock market seems to be fine. As far as news and everything like that, we'll hop into that in a second. But move my headphones over here. There we go. Crypto seems to be the lagger of everything going on. Crypto is a lagger. So I don't believe crypto is going to fall while everything soars. I think Bitcoin may just be a little bit late to the party, and I'm okay with that. All right, so we're still in a little bit of a fear place right now. We are getting very, very close to extreme fear. But as I told you guys before, historically, if you buy in the fear section with Bitcoin and we're still in a bullish market, which of course you can see we're still going up as far as Bitcoin's concerned, right? There's no doubt about that. When you buy during these times, you typically are very happy with what happens later on over the next few months. So again, depending on how much crypto you guys have, what your expectations are, you don't have to buy because you already have a lot of positions. You don't have any positions, so you feel like you need to buy at least something, or you're going all in right now. I think the reasonable thing to do is over the next few months, just make sure you have something invested in the market, and I think you guys will be perfectly fine. Now, from what we've talked about in the past, which is kind of crazy, we do know that our portfolios have mattered a lot. So my portfolio that I've had for since 2022, like 3 years, right? That's up around 465%. The group safe portfolio, the one that was actually designed to be safe so you guys don't feel as scared or worried about the market from day to day, that one is up 13%. Now, has it been up higher? Of course it has been, right? Remember when Crow was up over like 200%? Yeah. Fartcoin one, which is the highest risk one because it is just a single altcoin with nothing else. This one is down 66%, which is just sad, abysmal, not helping us at all. But during an altcoin season type of moment where everybody gets very excited, you may see this thing boost up 60% over a 2-week period of time, which is not unrealistic for a big altcoin move. And the high risk one, this is pretty nice here. This one is up 32%, down 32% right now. It has a few performers that are positive, like Arrow, but right now, it's not really doing too well. So you're seeing the safe one be the best one, the high risk one, that's spread out amongst a lot of tokens, that's the second performer. And if you went to one altcoin alone, that's going to be the worst performer right now. We'll kind of keep track to see how this is doing over the next few months. And of course, as we kind of figure out whenever the peak of this market is, we'll come back and kind of analyze like, oh yeah, the safe one was the best one, the single token was the best one, but it was just, a lot of risk, or the high risk one was the best one, right? And I'm almost thinking what I may do for these is for the Fartcoin one, the high risk one, and the safe one, what if we were to dollar cost average a little bit more? So for the cost basis for this was $1,000, this one was $389, and this one was $731. So what if I just add an extra $200 into each of these, right? 200 that one, 200 that one, 200 that one, and then almost double down in a way on different tokens that we think have been profitable. So the high risk one, Aerodime Finance is okay, Floki's okay, but everything else is trash. Like some are down 50%, right? So why don't we go in there and kind of figure out what we want to buy into? Maybe I want to double down into Aero Finance. Turbo's down 31. Maybe I want to double down into that one. Maybe I want to double down into Floki and so forth, right? So I'm going to be thinking about that, and I think we're probably going to do that. I may just make an independent video like that, or I may just do it next Saturday. I don't know. Yeah, it depends. Part of me just wants to go buy it during my own free time and then just upload it live with you guys saying, hey, I bought this from here at this time, this from here at this time, and then just see what it does. So our cost basis will go up a little bit, and potentially our profit down the road will be a little bit better here too. Now, news today was all over the place, but as somebody who has been wanting to talk about news for a while, but there really hasn't been much out there, I'm happy. First news of the day is the Dogecoin firm house Dogecoin. The Dogecoin firm house of Dogecoin acquires controlling share in the Italian soccer club. So I don't know too much about soccer club, but in brief, House of Doge, the Dogecoin Foundation's commercial arm, acquired a controlling stake in the U.S. Tristina Calcio 19. Let me just go over here and search for this so you guys can see what they look like here. They seem to be very bad in the standings. Very bad in the standings, which would probably make them cheaper in the world out there. But there you go. This is what they kind of look like. They have fans. Who knows if they're like, there when they're losing like they are right now. But they have people there. Okay. Maybe not a lot of fans, but they have a stadium. They have a stadium. But perhaps they can start getting some money in them, help get some investment, and that can help Dogecoin out down the road. I'm not going to go into the whole story here, but I do think that's really good, and I want to see if Doge continues to do better and better and better, and see kind of what happens there. little bit of a niche thing here. As part of the announcement, it added Toronto Blue Jays Vice Chairman Roger Rye to its advisory board to help with sports operations. So they are going to be making a push, right? They are going to be making a push here. And I think overall, that's some good news for Dogecoin. Like we talked about before, we did see Dogecoin actually up a little bit today, up around what, a percent, when a lot of other stuff is down today. It's just good to have a nice move like that, going against the grain, so to speak. Okay, go back over here. Solana co-founder Vibe Code Hyperliquid rival invites devs to steal idea. I thought about sharing this with you guys, but it's basically just stupid marketing that to get somebody to write an article about them. Not really worth our time. But this is kind of the title of the video right now. This is a 5-minute read. Bitcoin market flips bullish through the charts aligned with sentiment. Again, we're still bearish as far as momentum, but we're at a support, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But that's kind of the news I found from Decrypt today, and I was kind of excited about that we just had something to talk about here. As far as the block is concerned, we saw a lot of news about Bitcoin technicals, just like the last one. We saw a little bit of movement in some of those smaller companies around the cryptocurrency market that are trying to do some stuff. This is not something we typically talk about, but I thought it might be interesting today. Benchmark sees BitDeer's in-house AI expansion improving margins and speeding revenue timeline. So this is typically the person that writes this article usually has some type of connection with them, and they kind of push this out there. This is not something life-changing, but it's something that I kind of want to talk about because it is showing some of the stuff that's going on in the background here. Benchmark's revised model values BitDeer at 6 times projected 2026 revenue, citing improvement unit economics and faster AI build-out timelines. Other miners include CleanSpark, Bitfarms, and Iris Energy are also expanding into AI compute as Bitcoin-only strategies fade. Benchmark analysts reaffirmed a bullish outlook on BitDeer's technology group, BitDeer, saying the company's decision to bring AI data center development fully in-house could improve margins and accelerate its transition from infrastructure build-out to revenue generation. All right, so there's basically a lot of competition going on in a lot of sectors here as far as AI, infrastructure, and things like that. And the big guys obviously are squeezing the smaller guys out. Sometimes when that happens, there's bad things that like Amazon went down this morning, if you guys know. That was a shit show. I heard Robinhood went down because of that too. And people were very mad because they wanted to buy, sell, and they just could not do a thing. Especially when you have access to the options markets, it's very scary to not be able to open or close your positions, right? But as Bitcoin miners like go down this path, there could be other ways for them to profit. And this kind of tells me they understand that just mining Bitcoin isn't going to last forever, and they have to find a way to stay profitable, to make money, to keep relevant when Bitcoin goes into those crypto winters. And people are like, well, I don't want to buy a miner right now. There's no point in it. Bitcoin's not really doing anything for me, right? I might as well just go out there and buy Bitcoin, right? So what I was going to do very fast is just show you guys this. This is what the stock looks like for the last 5 years, right? It's been volatile. It's probably close to a SPAC here. Went down as far as $3.99 back in 2023. Bad times. 2024 it rose as far as $26. Right now it's at $25.56. We're seeing Bitcoin go high. We're seeing some news here. You may see things like this go to all-time highs here, which could be pretty nice. It's not moving up enough for me to really buy it and be happy with it, but you know, it's kind of interesting. I think it's basically based in Singapore, so you're seeing some good movement there. Now, as far as other news here, before we go over to CNB and stuff like that, Ripple vets and crypto heavyweights back $1 billion Evernorth SPAC to build largest public XRP treasury. First, we had it with Bitcoin. Then Tom Lee got on there with Ethereum. Now we're starting to see it with XRP. Again, there's a reason people are holding these things for the long term. And there's a really interesting way that people are getting into these and buying them because, in a weird way, this is kind of painful and good at the same time. People that buy these XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin things like MicroStrategy, those things usually outperform their underlying asset. However, if they overperform it like that, why would you put all the money in Bitcoin? We could just put all of your money in MicroStrategy or Tom Lee's thing or this new one, Evernorth SPAC, right? I don't like it, but at the same time, the profits are there. I mean, the profits and the opportunities are there, so I'm gonna buy it. But I feel like it is taking money away from the Bitcoin market, which also means, it's going to take longer for Bitcoin to have these larger moves. Right? Nothing crazy there, but I think that was going to be pretty interesting. Now, as far as the regular stock market today, well, this is the pre-market here. Everything is up. But if you go to US right here, Dow up, S&P up, NASDAQ up, Russell 2000 up. Everything is very good right now. US and Australia signed a critical minerals agreement with 8.5 billion project pipeline. That's really good. Australia wanted to help us out a little bit because they need some money. We want some rare earths. Again, there's a lot of Australia that's not really developed. So if American money floods in there and starts building up a bunch of shit, you guys know, we'll be a little bit insulated from all of the fallout happening over in China right now between China and Trump. So Trump is like, okay, you're going to cause issues for us. Who else has these minerals? Where else can we find them? And let's make deals over there. Because again, everybody wants more access to our economy because we typically want to buy stuff from other countries, right? That's why we lose a bunch of jobs, because we don't want to really pay the expensive stuff out here. Now there's political issues with that, whatever, but that's some of the issues. And I was actually just came to my mind here. What if I tried this? Rare minerals. I haven't looked at this before, but I was kind of interested to see if I can find something that would look good here. So, okay, I skimmed this today, but I didn't think I was actually going to bring it up, but now I am. The Future of Strategic Natural Resources, Mission 2016. This kind of talks about where all of the rare earth minerals and stuff are, you know? See a lot of stuff down here, a bunch of mountains and things like that. But you see some locations over here in Australia. And as you can see, there's a lot of stuff in China right over here. Some stuff in Africa, which I think we can get involved with. Latin America and stuff like that. But let me see if I can find another one here. Because I'm not good at the lingo here besides this. It's asking me to do a security check very fast. There we go. Only thing is these things, I think they're designed for phones because how much you have to zoom in here. Right? Again, it's just kind of showing the locations of what's happening here. Nolan's Bore. So let me just type that in right here. Rare Earths Project, right? Don't want to go with this one. Okay, here we go. The Nolan's Rare Earth Project aims to develop one of the largest deposits of neodymium and two critical minerals essential for advanced technology such as electric vehicle motors and wind turbines. So let me just pull up one of these rare earths, right? So you can kind of see what it does. This is a rare earth mineral element with atomic number 60, discovered in 1885. It's a silvery metal that tarnishes in air and is primarily used to create strong permanent magnets, often combined with iron and boron. These magnets are essential for modern technologies like electric and hybrid vehicle motors, wind turbine engines, and consumer electronics, right? That's kind of what we need to run a lot of stuff over here in America. The other one over here, let's get rid of that one. This is a soft, silvery, malleable metal that is part of the rare earth elements lanthanide series, discovered in 1885 by Carl R. I can't pronounce that name. It is used in alloys for aircraft engines, as an additive for green and yellow colors in glass and ceramics, and in mishmetal for flints. This name, the names come from the Greek word green twin, as its salts are green, right? So there's a bunch of stuff out there right now. And you can see that we're building up all these, the world is not America, but you know, we're having all of this stuff out there and there's money flowing. I don't know how many opportunities there are and things like that, but I know we are digging and we are mining a lot. And as you can see, America has a lot, Canada has a lot. Honestly, if Canada has any leverage with us and they want to like get Trump to freaking calm his ass down about like Canada tariffs, do what I say or you're not going to get access to the American market. Just say, hey, we will give you full access to our rare earth minerals. You just have to build them up and we have to be able to buy them from you at this rate, right? If that happens, a lot of the stuff will go away. Now, it may only be for certain minerals that we need, right? I will just say a lot of fun stuff happening. It's not just all in China. It's just China can say, hey, no red tape. Let's start mining. Oh, there's 5 villages over there. Get those people out of there and dig now. America can't do that. Australia can't do that. You know, we can try, but laws and whatnot. But yeah, so that's something interesting there. Done with the crypt for now. Done with the block for now. We already talked a little bit about the AWS outage. This thing messed up a lot of companies today. But even though things like Robinhood were down and a few other apps were down, the market still went higher, which I think is very, very good. All right. And Apple closing to all-time highs and stuff like that. Nothing else that I care about really happened today, so we're not even going to talk about like National Guard or OpenAI or James Comey. Nobody cares. But this is going to be massive because all of our companies that rely on this, they're not going to, well, eventually they're not going to have to worry about what's happening with China. They're going to be like, Australia has our back. We're good out of Australia. We're good to go. Oh, are things in Canada or are things in, not Canada, but like Latin America? Those are good to go. So we're seeing America right now and like just saying, hey, China, you're an asshole to work with. America can be an asshole too, don't get me wrong. But why don't we just start moving over towards other places? You know, let's not deal with China. For now, we can deal with China, but as we're dealing with them, we're getting our systems ready. So eventually we can say, bye China, you can do whatever you want with your rare earth minerals, but we don't have the need to buy from you anymore because we can't trust you. We can do that because we have all the corporations pretty much in the world. The big ones, of course, right? There's other corporations, yeah, you get my point. China can't necessarily do that with us to the same degree. All right, now that all of that is over here to Bitcoin today, 2-3 things to notice before we even break down the technicals. Okay, we're bouncing off support right now, right below the 20-week moving average, which as you guys know can lead to some volatility, which can be very, very fun. That's the first thing. Second, all of the oscillators are still bearish. So this is not your excited time to just buy in right now unless you guys are okay with a higher risk trade. That higher risk trade would be to buy around 111,000 where it is right now and then have a stop loss just right over here where the bottom is around 107,000. You could even say honestly $108,000 and then just wait and then see if we manage to break out either this week or next week and start going back up to $117,000 to $118,000. There is a play there, but it requires you to have that stop loss and just if it breaks down below it, don't chase it, just let it be, okay? While the weekly charts remain bearish and while we're trying and attempting to bounce, because remember, we can always bounce for a 1 week and then fall and plummet the next week, right? The daily charts, however, are showing signs that we could actually have a little bit more of a bullish move. So far today, you were kind of seeing signals that the RSI is going to be bullish by tomorrow. The stochastic can be bullish over the next couple of days, and then the MACD may take like maybe 3 or 4 more days, but that can also be bullish. And on top of that, what's happening? We're by the 50, the 20, and the 200 moving averages. When I see this on a daily chart, all that screams to me is we're going to be looking at a ton of volatility, a lot of ups, downs, sideways moves, etc. Where I think day trading is going to serve you well, or if you guys are going to swing trade, you stick to that rule that we've been having for the past 8-9 months now, of this kind of like non-massive moves, where if we're not expecting a massive move, you guys really don't need to hold on to some of these positions more than, let's say 36 to 48 hours. You can get a good chunk of a move and scale out within those and have a good opportunity. If you guys want to hold longer, just make sure you guys have that scalar opportunity and that'll do wonders for you overall. So as we're looking at this right now, you can see a slight downtrend that you could possibly do from here and how we're breaking out of it. Doesn't really matter to me right now. When I kind of pointing this over there, we're still pretty far. We can still move our way up, but that next level of resistance in the short term is around 114,700. I think we can actually make it that high. I think what we need to have happen is something out there that's good news to give us a little bit more of a catalyst. The catalyst that we're looking for doesn't really come until the end of this week though. So we have a couple things happening. Right? The big thing, of course, this week is going to be the CPI data coming out on Friday. That's not until over here, right? The other thing is, according to, you guys probably saw the video on my stream, video on the channel earlier today. If you guys didn't, go check it out. But it looks like there may be a deal to reopen the government this week, which would get Bitcoin back up a little bit and give us some good news overall. From what I understand, there's a few moving parts to this, but Republicans really have no need to stop what they're doing and just say, hey, clean CR, let's vote for a clean CR over and over and over again. All right. Democrats want something done on healthcare before they vote on it, because this is really the only power they have, because the Republicans don't have 60 votes in the Senate. So, because of all of this, Democrats can't give up right now and say, hey, we fought, but we lost. Right? So what I envision happening here is Republicans giving a kernel to the Democrats. That way the Democrats can say, yeah, we won, we got something. It won't be anything major, but it'll just be a kernel. Like I said in the video, assurances, something like we're going to work on it. Right? And what that allows Democrats to do is it allows just a few Democrats to cross party lines, because already a few that have already crossed party lines, go vote for the Republican bill, and the hardcore left Democrats can be like, we fought, but we couldn't do it. But this whole thing will have the approval of Chuck Schumer. Right? So the government will reopen. Democrats will claim victory. Republicans will just kind of roll their eyes. But you know what? It's what they had to do. So Republicans actually had to give something here. It'll be a nugget, like a real small nugget. But that's also something that can happen. There's no definitive time of when this type of thing could occur, though. So we're either going to see no deal, which makes things worse for next week, but I think we're going to be looking at a deal. Apparently, from what I heard off of a few, like Wall Street Journal, CNN, MSNBC, Bloomberg, and I think there was one more, I can't remember what it was. Democrats want to get out of this, but they wanted to wait until after the weekend protest, the No Kings rally. That way they wouldn't be seen caving before the massive protest, because that'd be embarrassing to a degree, right? So I'm thinking there's some good news there, and I'm excited to see where that really causes Bitcoin to go. In the shorter term here, 4-hour charts, we've seen a little bit of bullishness kind of pop up. You see that old level of resistance there, breaking out, having a nice move. The momentum is shifting back up. It hasn't shifted back up. It's shifting. It hasn't really set down in place yet. But I think if we continue to consolidate, at least until Wednesday, without dropping back down here to 107,000, I think there's an opportunity for Bitcoin to have a really nice move going into the end of this weekend and trying to go back up. Not to all-time highs, not up to 120,000, nothing like that. Just getting back up here towards 116 to this old one right here, 120. I doubt we'll make it to 120, but we can always expect it to. So, from this 4-hour chart, if you guys did want to buy into this and have some type of move, I think you guys still have plenty of time to buy, and you guys might want to check in to see if we buy in later on tonight or whatever. But your stop loss will be somewhere around here. You could have it be 103,000. I don't think you guys need to have that. More likely, you guys can have it be right here at 107,428, or you can do the body of the candle down here around 108,500. I'm a little bit more skeptical, so I always have a little bit lower, but you're pretty much risking at this point. And again, you can buy it lower later on. I think we might dip down a little bit more. 3%. Imagine whatever leverage you used, multiply it by the 3%. Imagine 5x, so we're like risking 15%, but let's sit there for 3. 3, with an opportunity to at least get back up here, which is 4, not enough, which is why I stay up here really around that 120,000 mark. I kind of try to split the difference a little bit so I can scale out, get out before we even have to test out that. That's why I say 118,000 over here. So you're risking around 3% for 6, kind of a 2-to-1 ratio, kind of standard. Nothing very, oh my God, everything's going to work out very well for us. But I think there's an opportunity there. This is more of a higher risk strategy that comes with a little bit more stress than normal, because the weekly charts are still bearish, the daily charts are still bearish, but they're close to being bullish, right? You're already starting to see a little bit of surprise there from the stochastic and the RSI. The last time the RSI went from negative to bullish, we did see a nice little pop there. Stochastic last time that happened, which is close, we had a nice little pop there. The MACD didn't happen until a couple days later after these moves, but when it did happen, we still continued to climb higher. So again, there's an opportunity, and even during this, we did have a bearish MACD, which we still have right now on the weekly chart, a bearish RSI and a bearish stochastic all throughout that time. So there's kind of your play of what I'm watching. And on top of that, you can see right here, we have $113,000 resistance with a 20-week moving average. An opportunity for us to blast back up above that, have a larger candle, and kind of see where it finishes up. Most of you guys don't have to take that because that's a swing trade. If you guys want to do something like that, it'll take multiple days. Day trading, what you can do is actually just wait for the daily charts to turn green. When we start to do that move, if we start to do that move, then you guys can start doing the trades like we've been talking about over here. With 50-minute chart, bullish MACD with a super trend buying in here, you're good to go. You can buy and sell. There's a bunch of different ways in how you can do it, but you have those trading strategies that are going to work. And that leads me to my last point before we kind of chill here and answer you guys' questions and talk about what else could be going on today. I'm going to be making this tutorial video. I don't exactly know how long it's going to take. I think it's going to probably take me all of this week, and I'll try to release it this Saturday. Or if not, I'll have to release it sometime next week. Probably end up next week, but because I have to give the members a chance to watch it with no ads. I'm going to give you guys my normal smart money concepts, momentum strategy with all of the stuff that we always talk about here. And then I'm going to explain how you would swing trade in that and how you would try to day trade in those certain environments. I'm going to be making a custom PowerPoint presentation that goes along with each thing I'm talking about, so I can show it to you on a chart, but also just kind of say, if this is happening, plus this is happening, plus this is happening, you buy. If this is happening, plus this is happening, plus this is happening, you either sell or you short, right? So have a PowerPoint like that. And then on the other side, I'll actually work in a few of my strategies that I've really enjoyed. For example, this day trading strategy right here. But if I go to my channel here, I actually have a few trading strategies built out already. These are all my custom ones, so it's not like I'm using just any trading strategy out there. But my swing trading one, whatever, the super trend trading one, whatever, Bollinger Bands, whatever, smart money comps, whatever, I'm going to implement these types of strategies into the longer term one. That way you guys can see when you have that signal to buy from the longer term momentum strategies that we've been working on. When you have that signal to buy, well, all the day trades and smaller swing trades within that are going to be buys, and you can see the likelihood of success if you do those types of trades in a bullish type of MACD environment for the weekly chart versus a bearish one. And you're going to see a massive discrepancy, which is why there are a lot of weeks where I'm trading like crazy and other weeks like, you just don't feel the need to be trading, right? So I'm going to put all of that together. It's going to take a minute. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to call it, not what I'm doing, but what am I going to call it and stuff like that. But I'll work with AI and some of the SEO titles and things of that nature. So yeah, give me some time on that one. But I'm excited to kind of have an idea of how I want to plant it. It'll feel like 3 separate videos in one because I'm going to record one, pause, take a break, grab some tea, hit it again, take a break, pause, go on a walk, do some yoga, something like that, and on, right? So we'll kind of follow that along as we will. So besides all that, this week you're going to see a lot of news videos, a few smaller tutorials like, hey, how to add Ichimoku clouds onto your charts, how to add a Fibonacci extension tool onto your charts, and things of that nature. But the real long tutorial that actually will help you guys when it comes to day trading and stuff like that, that kind of puts all the stuff that goes into my head that I don't really talk to you guys about, but I just kind of like see it and I'm like, you guys must see it too. I'll articulate all of that in the video, which is why it's going to take me a little bit longer because I'm going to have to go through a checklist of things over here that I want to mention in order. That way I don't have to come back and skip over stuff and be like, oh, I'm in the middle of this, but let me come back and talk about that. It just won't work out too well, okay? So thanks everybody for joining me today. Let's talk and chill out. If you guys have any questions about the market, different tokens out there, anything like that, let me know. I'm going to take a quick sip of tea here because this is some pu'er tea, which has been helping me out a lot. I finally started eating yesterday after my fast. As of yesterday, I am now 383 pounds, 382 pounds. 383 pounds as far as this morning, as I ate yesterday, which is the lowest I've been in a very long time. And just to give you guys a kind of a metric, I was up to like a 450 back in February. So I'm in the right path. You guys might not have seen me as much this year as in previous years. I haven't been streaming as much, and that's because I've been really focusing on my health and stuff like that. I am going to be doing more content for you guys, but it's not going to be like this week will be a lot of content. This week maybe a little bit of content. It's not going to be consistent like you may want it to be. But once I get down to target weights, I'm feeling a lot healthier. I have the energy to do all that stuff, and I don't have to prioritize my energy for working out or something like that. You guys will see me a lot more on stream doing longer streams and stuff like that. But that's still going to take me a little bit of time, so bear with me there. I've been trying to find a way to be more consistent, but I just haven't been able to put the channel before my like health. So I'm getting there bit by bit. Okay, so let me see what you guys have been saying so far. Gold went up today. Yeah, gold's been doing fantastic here today. It's 100x Roman from the Coiners. Hey, Roman, happy to see you, my man. Me and my girlfriend are watching the game tonight, dude. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so terrified. I'm scared, man. I'm gonna watch the Seahawks game. The Mariners. I'm gonna go into the cigar lounge, right? So I will. I'm gonna hit my friend and see if he's going to the cigar lounge. I'm not gonna be smoking. I haven't smoked in the last few days. I'm gonna smoke tomorrow or Wednesday. I don't know. Maybe Wednesday. I'll smoke Wednesday. I can take a couple days off smoking. That way I can smoke one with you. Then I'll go out and smoke one at like a fan club or another place down here where I go frequent. But Mariners, man, scaring me. I was talking with my friend Armin, who's a big baseball guy, yesterday, and I told him when I was watching that guy pitch, I forget his name already, I was like, man, this guy's giving me some warning flags. I'm not liking the way he's looking. And he's like, no, don't worry, trust you, coach. You got this far. And I'm looking at him like, hey, man, this is really concerning me. And he's like, we'll talk about it tomorrow. At that point, the lounge lost power for the first time. We missed the first Toronto points because the lounge had lost its power. Then the next 2 Toronto points that happened, we also lost power. So after that, I kind of left. Then I looked back later on and I saw the Mariners had lost. And I was just devastated. I was like, oh, man, you can't make anything easy, can you, right? But we'll see how it ends tonight. I'll check my phone after everything's said and done. I'll have tons of people, around me kind of cheering and hollering and stuff like that. But I hope at least the Mariners can win, or the Seahawks can win, or better yet, both can win. But yeah, I'm terrified tonight, man. I'm not smoking. I'm not drinking right now. Oh gosh, I only have right now. I'm only drinking like maybe 1 shot a week, maybe a glass of wine a week. That's basically it. So yeah, just crazy times here. Mr. Beast YouTubers wants to start a crypto exchange. I would not trust Mr. Beast with a crypto exchange. I would just not trust him at all. I just can't do it. The guy doesn't have any experience in that field. He may buy some people that know what they're talking about and try to help him. I just can't trust him. I can't trust him to do something that serious. I feel like he would try to gamify it or something, and I don't like the gamification of crypto. Because when you do that, people want to gamble. They want to make money. And again, if you're not really making consistent profits trading, you're consistently losing, which is why I always explain, hey guys, you can go slow. You don't have to invest $1,000 right now. You can invest $100, whatever, because $100 is something you can afford to lose, right? That's like a decent restaurant, not a nice restaurant. That's a decent restaurant for one night, right? Like I went to this place called Cuerno Bravo's in downtown Tacoma a couple weeks ago. I had a 3-steak flight of American Wagyu, Australian Wagyu, and Japanese A5 Wagyu. Okay, all of that together, it was like a few ounces each. It wasn't big. All that together was $122 just for that. 2 cocktails ended up being around $40. Not crazy for cocktails, but it's pricey for most people, right? There, and then I got myself a side of mushrooms that cost like $12, $13, something like that, right? So 40 plus 122, 160, right? 162 plus the extra $18, something like that. That's almost $200, right? So instead of paying all that for a steak, why don't I just invest that and see if I can make some money off of it? That's like the thought process of what I'm going for here. But when I hear something about Mr. Beast trying to get into crypto, that scares the shit out of me. I will appreciate that more people will enter the space. But you have to think about it in terms of how I was trying to teach you guys about this back in 2021. Those people that use Mr. Beast to get into cryptocurrency, like he brings them in, they are going to be your exit liquidity. Those are going to be the people that are buying when you're selling and you're like, oh man, I've made a bunch of money this cycle. I'm very happy. I got to start selling. Those are going to be people that buy. And then when the market eventually tanks, you're going to be buying back those shares from them when they've lost like 50, 60, 80% of what they were investing. All right. It serves a purpose, but that doesn't mean I'm happy that people are probably going to lose money by going down that path. I don't know a lot about it, so again, just take what I said there with a grain of salt. Let me go over here to, and again, I know that Mr. Beast has had flings with them before, right? Little things going on. I believe back in the day, I did a video for these guys back in the day, Shiba Wings, because I was excited for a kind of a retail store talking about this. So this place actually closed, right? This is in Australia. Is the website still there? They changed it to Wing Brands Inc. Okay, but basically right here, Shiba Wings, wings that make you go, right? Revenue share and ownership through Shiba Wings Restaurant Launchpad, right? So it's like a place to eat and also crypto kind of in there. There's a bunch of partners over here and a bunch of cool stuff like that, whatever. But I know some of Mr. Beast's friends had some stuff to do with this as well. It was interesting. I actually enjoyed the concept of it, which is why I made a video about it. But I think in the video, way at the time, I was like, guys, this is a very high freaking risk type of thing. And you can see it looks like it hasn't even, it failed, right? Which is why I kind of like those high risk ones, only because you only have to really invest like $10, $20, maybe most $50 if like they're just brand new type of stuff. And maybe they turn into something, but you don't really have to do much. It's like, well, how did I explain last time? It's like gambling. You're gambling on the opportunity, but again, a lot of times when I make these videos, I'm in Vegas, so it's like $50 on blackjack, or you can do like $10 of craps, whatever. But it's not gonna be a lot because you just put one in there, let's see what happens, and you can wait months before something happens. That type of stuff. But so Mr. Beast files trademark for Mr. Beast Financial IS Cryptocurrency Exchange Services. According to the Street Roundtable, get out of here. There's not, oh, there it is. Known professionally as Mr. Beast filed a trademark application for Mr. Beast Financial, the United States Patent and Trademark Office on October 13th. According to multiple online reports, the application submitted by Beast Holdings LLC outlines plans for a software as service SaaS platform being offering online banking and investment services, right? So again, I don't really like that, but if you think about it, Mr. Beast has a lot of kids that watch him, so he's going to funnel them into finance. Greed can take over a lot if you can say, oh yeah, we're getting all these new people, they got their money, whatever, they just get their first job, whatever. Are you going to be realistic and explain to them good versus bad? Like, hey, you don't need to be buying options right now, right? You don't need to be buying penny stocks right now. I know it's an easy way to make money for some people if they can guess right, but most people lose on penny stocks, right? So it's a little bit of back and forth, and I just don't know how I feel about him doing it. Maybe I will reach out to them and see if I can, maybe I'll just make a video about it. Maybe I'll reach out to them and see if they have any news to share or something like that, so I can just bring it up on the channel. But that could be interesting too. I'll put a bookmark on this so I can come back to this a little bit later. Let's go to YouTube right there, and we'll kind of see. But I just don't have a good feeling about it right now. I hope I can be disappointed by that, though. I hope I can be disappointed. We'll see if I am disappointed or not when it comes. But it's going to take a little bit of time there. And hey, well, yeah, I got my monetization back in April or May. I think I'm back in May, something like that. It took a while. YouTube never told me what I did wrong, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm just happy to be able to make money again, have members again, all that type of good stuff here. And then from there, I can, reinvest. Right now, I'm just basically investing in that website. It's nowhere close to being done. The goal is to have it done by the end of the year. This is the newest update that we have to it. Basically, he does a lot of work and then he publishes it. So what the website officially looks like, it looks way different than this. But he'll do like layers of updates, layers of updates, and layers of updates. Because then we have to do the articles. He's doing all of the AI work for me as well. So he's like Cedric's doing some really cool stuff there. So imagine I want to do an AI article for you guys, but I don't have enough time to like I want to make an article, but I don't have a lot of time to just pull everything from online and get all the quotes and everything like that, right? Well, I'll have AI go out there, make an article for me. I do a final readout, and it'll publish it for me after I tweak it around a little bit, right? That way I can give you guys articles about stuff that I think is important. I make sure you guys get the gist by double checking it, and then boom, we're good to go. And I'm very happy with that type of system. And then I use AI to like screen for different things for the newsletters and stuff like that. It'll be great for just telling me stuff that I might have missed, right? Especially very niche things that I might have missed. Because all of that stuff can be very, very important, especially if you guys are looking for a specific token or you guys are looking at a specific industry. It can really help me out. Just be able to get that information out there a little bit faster to you guys, and maybe I would say in a much better format, because I'm not great at formatting of newsletters and articles and stuff like that. I'm just not that great at it. Having that to like that crutch to help me out really will be good for me. Floki, Dogecoin isn't dead. Yeah, I'm not streaming for much longer here, guys. That's for sure. But again, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, guys. It's just one of those days. I'll have to see how the Mariners do. Mr. Beast Burger is a huge fail. Of course it is. Waiting for the day Mr. Beast rug pulls his 12-year-old followers that are on 50x leverage. Oh my god. But could you imagine just having a short on that, like a 2x short, 3x short, 4x short, whatever? When that rugs, oh my god, you're gonna make a bunch of money right there. Hey Rams, you want Dogecoin to pop? A lot of people do. Right now it's been doing okay. Actually, Dogecoin's up 2%, a lot more than a lot of other tokens today, actually. Floki's doing the big one, though. That's very nice to see. Mariners game is 8 p.m. Yeah, it's coming up pretty soon. Beyond Meat stock did short squeeze today. Yeah, that thing is going bankrupt there. There's a lot of them. I mean, like I told you guys, I bought this stock a while ago here, like I think a couple weeks ago, and it's been going down. It's at 85 right now. I'm going to wait to see how this is. This is my speculative long-term investment, right? I don't normally make these, but I'm watching and I'm waiting, and I'm going to see where this goes. It just had to split over here, so again, it's not performing great, but it has some cool stuff that could possibly happen with bioscience and things like that. So I have my idea. Whether it'll work or not, we'll see. There's a bunch of other stuff I need to buy. I sold out Friday of my ASTS, though. This was something I had bought a minute ago. My friend told me to buy it, and I bought it right over here. And I just held on for a few weeks, and it actually managed to go high up here to 102. I sold it around like 101, 100. But I'm out of it now, besides like maybe 10% stake. And I'm going to see if it continues to go higher or not. But this is something that's been working out. There's a lot of little niche things in here. But I didn't find this on my own. I had some friends like say, hey, Michael, did you check this one out? Oh, like, oh, okay, cool. Let me check it out. A little research. Oh, okay, this could go well, right? Bought it on a little bit of a dip. But it had like the weirdest little MACD turnoff right here where it went down temporarily, then boosted back up. So I'm going to wait to see what happens with it. But I'm happy to see that it is going higher. But again, it went from $102 back down to 82. That's a freaking fast moving stock right there. You know, a lot of people probably sold when it hit that level, like, oh, I've been waiting for this forever. Let me sell and cash my money out, right? So we'll see. But anyway, guys, it was fun talking with you guys today. I'll be back tomorrow. You guys will see me in morning or whatever, or as hyped up as can be with the Mariners and the Seahawks games playing here pretty soon. And yeah, we'll just kind of see how everything goes. I appreciate you guys as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like this new format where I kind of break down a bunch of stuff for the first like 20 to 30 minutes and then kind of talk with you guys afterwards. I think that really helps me just kind of figure out what's going on for the day, to get ready to talk to you guys about the stuff that I found important, and then just kind of vibe afterwards and see what's going on, right? Do I think the Beast coin will pump once Mr. Beast gets into crypto? I think that'd be worth taking a $10 to $100 position on it just for the opportunity. I do think it's worth taking a shot there. That is not associated with Mr. Beast as far as I know, but sympathy can go a long way, man. Sympathy can go a very long way. So again, thanks everybody, and I hope to see you guys a little bit later.